Commission meeting. Could we have the roll call, please?
Smith.
Here.
Luke.
Here.
Craig.
Here.
Harvey.
Here.
Mayor Robish.
Present. Please join me for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Moving on to the agenda approval. Does it all look good? Anything I missed? Anyone need to add anything? Let's see
We're in,
here.
executive session.
Yes, we need to add under executive session 1-25 parent 2,
Parent 3.
parent 3 contractual matter.
Motion to approve as amended?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Luke.
Aye.
Craig.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. The City Commission adjourns to convene as the Board of Adjustments for the following public hearings. 3.1, consider variance request filed by Cody Hanson, 79 Lincoln Avenue Southwest, to construct a commercial building 0 feet from the east property line where code requires a 20-foot yard setback in an area zone B3 General Business District. I'll turn this over to Barry Cranston and he can explain this.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Hanson is applying for a variance due to some underground utility issues towards the west side of his property. I have it up here on the board. The building would be approximately where the yellow square is. And the red line, these are not to scale, but the red line is an approximate outline of that lot. That lot is actually one total lot, and the residence is to the south of it. That's all on one lot. However, you know, we have had discussions with Mr. Hanson that should there ever need to be, you know, a separate address or legal address established, he would have to replat that, and he's aware of that. Since there are underground utilities to the west of that property, which would be to the left on the screen up there, he is asking for the ability to build out to the 0 foot line, which would be in line with that east property line. The green line you see here, as I zoom out, is actually it's kind of the line from north to south where all of the other properties that are adjacent to him down there on Lincoln and Third, most of those are all in line with that green line. And so we looked at that, and the hearing examiner looked at that, and we all concluded that that would be fine and it wouldn't be an issue. The only condition I had as the planner was that there would be no overhangs into the actual right-of-way, so he would stay back by at least a foot there to handle that. And so with that, the building inspector, myself, and the hearing examiner all recommended approval.
Okay. Thank you.
Move to approve.
Second.
I see Mr. Hanson's here. Do you have anything you need to add to that, or?
Nope, that sounds very good.
Okay. Okay. Any questions? Commissioner Bragg?
Barry, you mentioned that later, if it was sold off separately, it'd have to be replatted. Is there anything, you know, can we do like like we do some of the restrictive covenants? Can we do something to tie it so that later, when we're all gone, somebody remembers that that was part of the deal? I mean, I know it would require it anyway, but does it make sense in this case to do
I would probably defer to the city attorney. I can imagine that we could file an affidavit of some sort that he would sign and file that he is in agreement with that. Typically what would happen is they would come in for an address or something. If, for example, this particular building will be addressed the same as his existing shop. And so that was why we could do it this way. If he were to try and sell this and try to create a new address for it, At that point, we'd have to have a subdivision, or he would have to subdivide the lots. And so, in a way, it's almost guaranteed that if he would ever do something differently with this building, he's gonna have to subdivide it off.
Sure, and I'm sure it's no problem for him, as long as he uses it this way. I just always wonder about these, when we set it up that way and there's a structure there, in 10 years, 20
Sure.
years, 30 years, 50 years, will it be clear that that was the intent?
And since it's all on one lot, if he were to have, like I said, if he were to have a separate address, he would have to subdivide it, so.
Okay, so that.
It
that's kind
pretty
of
much
built in-
guarantees it.
Built in already?
Yep,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Barry,
Yes.
if I may.
Yes, sir.
Can you zoom in on that a little bit?
Yep.
Barry, please, and locate where Mr. Hansen's current facility is?
Right there to the top.
Okay,
Be across the alley to the
Mhm.
south.
across the alley.
Yep.
And the residence that's there, that's not a part of this parcel?
It is part of this parcel together. This is all one parcel today. And so that is why if we were to subdivide it and readdress it, he would have to plat that off.
The other point that I was gonna bring up, if you would, in the memorandum, the building inspector commented recommend denial.
Mhm.
However, at the meeting, he reversed that. Can you
Yes.
explain that?
He did not understand that he would be building in line with the existing structure to the north here. He thought he was going to be building out farther, extending farther towards Lincoln Avenue. So he misunderstood that, and once he heard that he was planning on building just right in line with the existing facility, then he withdrew that opposition.
Thank you.
I think the 0 foot caught him off guard.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm. But since the others were all in line there, then he was fine with it.
Anything else from anyone?
Well, I'm still just wondering a little bit more about, so that residence, he currently owns that because it's part of the same
I
parcel?
believe that's correct, yes.
And is there any issue with having this commercial, we're fine on setbacks compared to that piece of it, right?
Mhm. They're all in line together.
But I'm saying between, just because it looks, if you zoom out just a little, I mean, it's gonna be right next to that residential, which again, as long as he owns it.
Yes,
all doesn't bother.
there are, the setback here on the south property line will be sufficient.
And there's nothing there, I mean, again, today he owns it all, but like, if this was separate, would we require fencing or, you know, when we have-
Potentially, yeah. I mean, there are ordinances in place that would require, if that were to be a residence and, you know, he were to use that as, or sell that off as a separate commercial operation, yes.
So again,
You
all
would
that,
likely need to do that.
all that would be triggered if he ever tried to parcel that off and
Right.
sell it separately, all that stuff would
Correct.
come up then.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
All part of the building permit process.
Okay. Anyone else? Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Thank you, Mr. Hanson.
Thank you.
Moving on to 3.2, consider variance request filed by Carlos Rivera, 1506 Dakota Avenue South, to allow a tattoo and piercing business, which is not a permitted use in an area zone B3. Mr. Cranston?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This is simply a variance request. Tattoo parlors or clinics are not allowed anywhere within the corporate city limits of Huron without a variance. And so, we had received no opposition to this, and so all the building inspector, myself, and the hearing examiner all recommended approval.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any further questions for Barry on this one? Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Thank you, Barry, for that.
Thank you.
The Board of Adjustments adjourns to reconvene as the City Commission. Moving on to public forum. Public forum is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. Please state your name and address for the record. Do we have anyone in the crowd here tonight for public forum? Any commissioners have anything for public forum? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will be acted upon by the commission at one time without discussion unless a member of the commission requests an opportunity to address any given item. Items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. Our consent agenda tonight consists of 6.1 minutes of September 15th, 2025, 6.2 fuel quotes for city departments, 6.3 personnel items, except the voluntary retirement of David Lentz, Water Sewer Maintenance 2, effective October 17th, 2025. And Dave has worked for the city for 19 years. I thought it was going to be even more than that, but he's been a permanent fixture in the water department, and I want to personally thank him for all his work that he's done there. Number 2, post internally and advertise for a water sewer maintenance uncertified position. Number 3, accept the voluntary resignation of Jerry Dennis, part-time year-round custodian, effective immediately, and advertise to fill this position. And I, again, want to thank him for his years of service. If you walk around City Hall, the city buildings, and they're clean, don't just think that happens, because it doesn't. It's a very thankless job, and I thank Jerry for that, for his work there. Number 4, change the classification for seasonal employee Matthew Persing from softball maintenance to park maintenance within the Parks and Recreation payroll budget, effective September 23, 2025. 6.4, consider parade permit submitted by the Huron Chamber of the Parade Chamber for the Parade of Lights on November 28th, starting at 7 p.m. on Dakota Avenue this year again. 6.5, consider approval of raffle permit requested by Huron Chamber for the Ringneck Festival on November 7th and 8th, 2025 at the Huron Event Center. 6.6, consider special on-sale alcoholic beverage license application submitted by the Huron Country Club for a wedding on October 4th at the Campus Center. 6.7, consider special on-sale alcoholic beverage license application submitted by Top Floor Events and the Huron Chamber of Commerce mixer at MO Federal Credit Union on November 13th at 5 p.m. 6.8, set October 6, 2025 as a public hearing to consider on-off sale malt beverage and South Dakota Farm wine license from the Tap House LLC, doing business as The Vault, 79 2nd Street Southwest. And 6.9, payment of the bills.
Move to approve consent.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Roberts.
Aye. All right, moving on to the bid quote items. It's getting towards the end of the year, so we're gonna have some payment requests, some finals, and some bids coming open. So 7.1, consider request to bid, authorize the deems deemed necessary by the city engineer, and set the bid opening for 2 p.m. on October 14th, 2025 for the project number 2025-25Q. I should just stop talking and let Dennis Bennett take all of these.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. Yeah, this isn't actually a bid, it's a quote for the propane fuel. I'm just asking for approval to go out and get quotes.
Okay.
Recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Roberts.
Aye. Moving on to 7.2, consider the change order number 4, project 2024-01 Dakota Avenue improvements, increase railroad casing size for the water main submitted by BX Construction. Dennis?
Thank you. Because of rocks, we had to go up from the 18 to 36-inch casing size. And this is change order for the water mains portion of Dakota Avenue project. Recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. And 7.3, consider the change order number 5, 2024-01 for the Dakota Avenue improvements.
And this is for the streetscape side of it. We needed to add a pump for the irrigation for the features we put in. Recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
So where did that pump, where was that pump? Where is that pump?
It's gonna be in the monument by post office. It'll be out of sight.
Oh, okay, there, okay. That's why all the extra digging and stuff there. Okay. Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. 7.4, consider change order number 4 submitted by TLC Olson Construction for project number 2024-5 lift station improvements in the amount of $5,745.
Thank you. This is for the lift station, so we did by the crossroads at Fifth and Wisconsin there. And recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, how are we coming on these? There were several that were open and going, or we were working on lift stations, or,
This last one just needs to do the concrete work.
well, that's great. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. And 7.5, consider pay application number 12 from VX Civil Construction for the Dakota Avenue improvements under 2024-01.
Thank you. This is just a progress payment for Dakota Avenue. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. And 7.6, consider pay application number 15 from North Star Logistics, doing business as Century Crane for project number 2023-21 in the Huron Transfer Station.
Thank you. And this is crane as any, not the bird. No. So this is just a progress payment on the transfer station. Recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any questions?
Is
Roll
this-
call. Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
I know we were undergoing some discussions back and forth with them, and at one point we were holding some extra stuff, but at this point, obviously, we feel comfortable paying this portion.
We feel comfortable paying this portion, yes. We still have some retainage and stuff, so we have no concerns with this.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Roll call vote.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Thank you, Dennis. Moving on to departmental items, 10.1 solid waste advanced hiring timeline for a solid waste maintenance 1 position. And we have with us tonight our superintendent Dale Fortin and Sean Estera and Commissioner Clute, and they're gonna fill us in.
I need staff.
We start off with thank you, Mayor and Commissioners.
So we do have some applications that came in that are very good. So we would like to move forward and just pull both those in. Look through different things that we've been doing over the last year, running short staff and stuff. Talked to Paul in, revenue is there. So we just feel that let's take these two right now that we have that are very good applicants and bring them in and start training them, so.
Okay.
The expense on having the employee start this year rather than next year, where it was budgeted, will be covered by the increase in revenues, in 2025 revenues, so that's how that position will be paid for.
I move to authorize the hiring timeline.
Second?
Okay. Anyone have any questions, comments for
I just think it's great that we have good applicants, and yeah, I agree,
Yeah.
we should take them if we got them.
Do they have CDLs already?
One does.
One does.
One has some computer skills, so we're hoping that, and we'll be able to get it without any problem. So,
Good. Okay. Roll call vote.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Roberts.
Aye.
I didn't even have to go through all my notes. Put that file back.
10.2, consider approval of community forestry 50% matching grant 2026 and authorize Chad Schroeder, the Parks and Recreation Director, to sign. The total cost of the city would be $2,450. We have with us tonight Chad, and I'll turn it over to him or Commissioner Bragg or whoever wants to go.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. So this is the community forestry grant that I apply for every year. We've been real lucky to receive it every year. This year I'm going to take advantage again by doing some ash tree removal down in Memorial Park as part of our Emerald Ash Borer being proactive plan, I guess we'll call it. I'm going to remove 12 down there, and we're going to put back 15 trees back in. So when I remove the 12, it'll open up some area where I can put a couple more extra back in. So I'm just asking for approval for me to sign it, and approval of the grant application.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Any questions?
And
any
this
comments?
is this is a pretty, how many years have we been doing this?
I've done it every year since I've been here, so this will be the fifth time I've done it down there, so.
It's a good program.
Yep.
Mayor, I have a question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are those grants, then, are they specific to taking out trees and replacing trees, or can you give funding for research projects or something like that?
So we've used it before, you can use it for like inventory, you can use it for software. There's about 6 different things that you can use the money for. So I've always used it for replacement. I think that Laron used it for the software that we had bought at one time for, when we started our tree inventory. And now everybody knows, we're no longer using that software. That software is pretty much obsolete already. So we switched over, and remember we had Dr. John Ball come in and do a rapid inventory of the city, and that's what we're going off of now. Hopefully we can use that for a while, and we don't have to worry about Emerald Ash Borer being confirmed in our area. So,
But at some point, there is another piece of software we're looking at that would help us to mark where the location of trees that have been treated or removed or need to be removed. And that is on our timeline. So Commissioner Smith, to that point, we could use this for something like that. It's just with the kind of short time frame here to get this filled out, he kind of went with the tried and true of what we've done before, because we also have some trees that need to come out and need to do replacement. So, because we're kind of a little bit under the gun timeline on this one, that's part of why he reverted back to that. But
and in 2025, both that grant and the IRA grant that we have for the trees on Dakota Avenue both got put on pause. And so now they've reopened those grants back up. So actually, we're gonna plant the trees on the 30th for the grant for our 2025 grant. So, and this opened up, so I took advantage of it that way. But we could use that for software purchasing.
Is there a maximum allotment for that grant?
$5,000.
That's top end. then?
Yep. And last year I applied for that, and they reduced it to 50%. So this year I just decided, this is where I have room for the trees, so I just decided to get this one in.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Roberts.
Aye. Sign away, Chad.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our business. I want to ask my legal counsel, we have a work session after, on our agenda, we have a work session on the budget, and then we have an executive session with a contractual matter that could affect our budget. So could we swap those in order? Mr. Scheibe?
Sorry, Mayor, I couldn't quite hear you there. Can you just repeat that last bit that you just said?
On our agenda, we have a work session for our budget. And then after the work session, we have an executive session for a contractual matter, and that may affect our budget. So could we swap them in order?
Yeah, the executive session is something that you can go into at any time with a motion, so that would be appropriate if you did want to flip those two.
All right, thank you. I would entertain a motion to go in executive session, and then when we come out, we'll have a work